Yes. You have tuned in to Renewed Mind Revolution podcast with your host, Michelle Cook Hall. Today's podcast is brought to you by Faith versus Fear, Breaking Family Ties, which can be found and available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. This podcast is designed with you in mind to remind you that you can always click that reset button and start all over again. It's never too late to be great. So now I want you to sit back. I want you to relax. I want you to clear your mind, take in that deep breath, prepare yourself for change as we listen in on Renewed Mind Revolution podcast with your host, Michelle Cook Hall. Let's go. Hey, everybody, and welcome to Renewed Mind Revolution podcast. I am your host, Michelle Cook Hall, and I am so excited to be able to share some tips and some tools with you that I know will assist you in becoming a better you. Now, look, today is our special day. Today is the day in which we're going to wrap up everything of the year, and we talk about the holidays. Holidays are so challenging and so difficult for many people for various reasons. And so it's very important to me that we talk about the holiday and try to find a very healthy way in order for you and for I to be able to cope with the loss of those that we care about during the holidays, or those who are struggling with finances, but yet have this great need during the holidays, right? You want to provide for those that you love, you want to give, but sometimes the money just is not there, right? So that can cause grief for you, that can cause pain for you, for those who just don't feel festive, right? Don't feel the holidays. Maybe it's just not the same for you. You just, you enjoyed it when you were younger, but now that age has crept up on us, you just don't feel as festive. What can we do to, make sure that we don't get those holiday blues? Holiday blues is an episode that I did a couple of years ago. And actually, it was one of the most popular episodes that I did for various reasons. And that's one of the major reasons is because it seems to be a trend, right? It seems to be that people are experiencing it more and more and more. Holiday blues, right? And so let's just talk about that. Let's talk about how we can cope. How can we strive? How can we progress? How can we, enjoy our holidays? Now, the first thing I'm going to tell you is that you must find out what works for you. That's the first thing I'm going to tell you, is that you have to know what works for you. So if you're a person who absolutely love Christmas music, right? Maybe just turn on some cute Christmas music every day for a little while. Maybe that works for you. Now, I'm going to be really honest with you. That's not me. Let me be really honest. Christmas music, there's some songs that I really do, love, and because it's nostalgic, right? But I just personally feel like, how many Christmas versions of songs can you do? So I'm not a huge fan. You would not see me turn on Christmas music to make myself feel good or to feel great. But if it works for you, if that's your thing, music is your thing, and you love Christmas music, then turn on yourself some Christmas music and begin to allow those memories to play, a part. I learned something about our memories, right? A lot of times we allow our memories to come, and we only focus on the lost, right? We focus on the lost. So let's talk about the grieving part real quick. So we turn on our music, and we begin to have memories, right? But oftentimes, because we talk about this a lot, it's easier to attach ourselves to something negative than something positive. So a lot of times we find ourselves focused on the memories, but in a negative way. So we're missing them. Oh, I remember when they, but look at my demeanor. Oh, but I remember when we used to listen to this in the car. I remember when we used to play this on Christmas Eve. I remember when we used to make popcorn and put it on the tree on Christmas Eve. I remember when we used to do hot cocoa, but you're saying it in a very sad, gloomy way. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to go on and listen and pay attention to those memories, but we want to change our perspective, change our demeanor when we're looking back on those memories. Let's think about what a blessing it was when we were able to dance to that Christmas song, or what a blessing it was when we were able to, toast our eggnog or make our eggnog during that particular time. Let's change how we look at it. Let's begin to say, oh, I used to love, it was so much fun when we would make, popcorn on Christmas Eve and make our strings and put them on, the tree. And, the reason why I say this is because I have been guilty of both. There was a particular time when I literally would just be so sad about
breaking family ties.
The people
it's being called a groundbreaking revelation for our youth today. A weapon against unhealthy generational behavior and soul ties. Essential to our society's current dilemma. Let's take back our family, our home, our city. Let's change our minds. Breaking family ties. The answer to why we do what we do. Pick up your copy today, available at Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble, and
blessed us, right? He's so awesome. He blessed us. So we have these stored memories of these miraculous times. And it's so weird because sound, a smell, anything can kind of trigger those memories. For me, when I, do Thanksgiving, I host Thanksgiving at my house. I've had probably for the last 10, 12 years or so, I've hosted at my home. I literally love Thanksgiving because it's so nostalgic for me. When I think about Thanksgiving, I think about my sister and I at our table, my mother giving us things to cut up, vegetables and the bell peppers and the celery for the dressing, and us talking while we're doing these things. I didn't like it all the time, but having to do it because I was younger, right? But the memories of us doing it together was fun. We would laugh, we would joke, we would talk, we would have a good time, right? So I had to think about those memories in a good way. So when I'm cooking Thanksgiving dinner, smell of the food reminds me of those times. That's those times of laughter, times of joy, the times when we were happy and we were together. And that now supersedes the feeling of that lost. The memories are not there for me to feel the loss, but the memories are there in place for me to remember the moments, right? Not the lost, but the moments, to allow that smell to take me back there, to allow the sizzling of those bell peppers to remind me of us, laughing and giggling and having a good old time, right? So these are the memories that I have. And you might have your own memories. And those memories of you singing Christmas songs, celebrating Christmas Eve together, which is something that we did as well. So now I do it with my family. We celebrate on Christmas Eve together and try to make a good thing. See, I took a moment in time that was important to me. because the people were there that no longer there. I had to change, right? So I take now just my family, and we do those same things, and we enjoy one another. And then I created new traditions and create more and new memories. So now my children have memories. They are accustomed to me making this big Thanksgiving spread. They are accustomed to me making Christmas breakfast. This is what I've done for years. And now they are accustomed to it. My son is now married and gone out of my home, but he is looking forward and trying to figure out how he can be here to eat that breakfast, right? Because this is something that we have done, created this memory, took something that was extremely important to me that I felt that I lost, right? Because I've lost those who I shared it with. And I recreated it. So that's really important if you're going through grief. If you're dealing with financial loss, right? And you want to give to people, but you don't have a lot. Been there, got you. I know how to handle that too. What you need to do is not stress yourself about it. It's easier said than done. Yes, it is. But I'm telling you from a place of experience. I used to try to rob Peter to pay Paul, just snatching here, snatching there, putting myself in debt all the time, trying to give people what they wanted, especially your children, what they asked for. Over the years, I learned to get things early to, ensure that I wasn't putting myself in that situation. But most importantly, family need love. They need support. Just to know that you were thinking about someone enough to give what you have is important. And as parents, especially if you have younger children, you need to teach that to them now, that it's not about materialistic things, but it's about what I can give you. I'm giving it to you. And I'm giving it to you not because I owe you, but because I love you and I care about you and you're important to me. You might be in a bad situation where you lost a job or you were too sick to work and make the money that you used to work. So now you're in this financial bind, right? You feel, how can I enjoy the holidays when I don't? See, this is the mentality that society has made us believe is what the holidays are all about, right? Look at it, Black Friday, you spend all your money, Cyber Monday, spend all your money, right? So if you don't have the money, if you don't have the means, what does that make you feel like, right? It make you feel hopeless, right? Feel defeated because you want to participate. You want to be able to do those things, right? So I get that and I understand that because I have been plenty of Black Fridays or whatever and did not participate and couldn't participate if I wanted to, right? But over the years, I stopped even wanting to, I stopped wanting to because my priorities were different. Now, if you like it, do it. Go shop. Just have yourself a ball. But what I'm saying is if you don't have it, don't put yourself in debt for it. Don't kill yourself trying to make something happen. Don't go, stir crazy trying to make it happen. Do what you can with what you have. Try to surround yourself during the season with things and people that are important to you. Somebody might say, I don't have anybody. I'm by myself and it's very lonely. I'm very sad. And I understand that. You might need to find a group, and a lot of things are done in person or online. A group that can be of some type of support to you. And find that so that you can not allow this season to make you feel defeated, broken, and lost. This season, as we head to 2023, which, every year, you guys, I just am more and more just blown away by the fact that we are experiencing, these different times.
Breaking family ties. It's being called a groundbreaking revelation for our youth today, a weapon against unhealthy generational behavior and soul ties. Essential to our society's current dilemma. Let's take back our family, our home, our city. Let's change our minds. Breaking family ties. The answer to why we do what we do. Pick up your copy today, available at Amazon, Kindle, Barnes & Noble, and Nook.
So the first thing that you need to do, as we stated before we took this little commercial break, is that you need to make sure that you are getting into some type of group that will give you some form of company, some form of feeling like you're not alone and isolated, if that's what you need. Some people don't need that. They like to be alone. It doesn't bother them, but they might have something else they're dealing with during the season. But if you find yourself feeling very isolated, very alone, desolate, and need that, right, to the point where you feel like, you just literally cannot take it, then find yourself a group. It could be online or it could be in person. Go to, any type of healthy social group online. Find you one, search it out, or, go to your local clubs or park district, check with them and see if they have any type of groups gathering, especially during this season. A lot of times, too, a way to gather a group, which is, it can work, is if you, go to like your community college and check, see what their bulletins offer, during the season, or just period. You might want to take a little course so you can mingle and just get out and be sociable, so you can get that you need during this season. That's just some of, ideas that come to mind, for me to share with you. But I understand that this season can be so difficult. It's not just the loss of the people, but as I stated, it's like the memories, right? So make sure that when you're reflecting on those memories, that you are reflecting on them in the correct way. Those moments are recorded for you to enjoy. Those moments aren't recorded for me to enjoy. My sister, my brother, my father, my grandmother. I'm telling you, I think about my grandmother and think about how she used to bring all of us together, and we would have to sing and do all these things. And I found myself, when I got my kids, doing the same thing. It's like these memories, and they enjoyed it. It's that time together. But take those memories, those times, and use them for good. Those moments in time that are etched in your mind are not for you to reflect on them and feel sad or depressed, but it's there for you to reflect and be grateful. I had to come to terms, and it's not easy. It wasn't easy at all, but I had to come to terms how grateful I was to God that I had people who loved me. Although they're not, some of them are not here anymore, right? The fact that I know my father loved me, my sister loved me, my brother loved me, my grandmother loved me. They wasn't hitting my sister. I can talk about her all day, right? My sister loved me, okay? And that was the one that just broke my heart when she left, right? But I had to think about how blessed I was that I experienced that type of love, that type of friendship that we had. And I missed it, and I get jealous sometimes when I see people who are able to still have that with their sister, right? Because I feel like it was too short. But the fact that I had it, some people go through life and never experience that, never have that type of love. So it's about how you see it, how you think about it, and how you reflect on it. That determines a lot for you. So I just wanted to come and share some tips and some tools with you, especially during this holiday season, that I know will assist you in becoming a better you. Remember to subscribe. Remember to share it with somebody else, especially that you know is going through something during this particular time of the year. And remind them that the memories are not there to torment. The memories are there to record those moments in time so they can go back and reflect on them. Bless you guys and have an outstanding day.